Welcome back, everybody. We're jumping right in as we love to do. I have to get my little prop here in the form of a book. Do you have real time? And for those, if you saw the episode title, it's REEL. I'm sure you may understand where we're going with this, but real time. We're going to pick on reels, Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, short videos. Do you have real time? Meaning, do you have time to be scrolling and watching 10, 15, 20 different reels? This may be a polarizing episode. However, I will share that I'm sure a lot of you have this, as I do as well. Certain people will send reels, and sometimes or these short videos, sometimes it's two, three, four, five at a time. And I can't help but think, how long did this person have to spend finding these and sending them all to me? And what could they have been doing with that same amount of time? Now, before everyone gets ticked off and doesn't listen to the show anymore, I appreciate a lot of the reels I'm sent. I don't watch all of them. I don't have time to because I have other things that I want to make sure I get done over the course of the day. It all wraps in for me into this topic. And there's a man named Seneca back in the days, I think it's like thousands of years old, one of the philosophers. This book is called On the Shortness of Life. And it's less than 100, about 100 pages, short book, and it's on the shortness of life. And I'll give you one of the takeaways, and it ties into this whole concept of real time. One of the points the author Seneca makes in the book is we have plenty of time. It's just the amount of time that we have is mostly wasted. And this is like thousands of years ago. It's so fascinating because the same issues that were out there in the world thousands of years ago are still issues today. Distractions. How many distractions are there in the world? This is where reels come in, short videos, social media, scrolling on Netflix, whatever it might be. There's so many distractions. Do you really have that time? And how scary would it be? And I'll throw myself under the bus as well. If all of the hours were compiled that we all spent, myself included, on reels or YouTube shorts or YouTube videos or anything else consumed on our phone where it wasn't consumed with intention, it was consumed out of boredom or just maybe loneliness, nothing else to do, wasn't sure what to do. But instead of reading a book or getting in a workout or reaching out to a friend, it's easier, and our brains always want to do what's easier, to watch 10, 20, 30, 50 reels in a row, back to back to back. And before you know it, an hour and a half is gone. I want you to really think about if you have real time. And on top of that, what can you do with the time that if you actually focus? We did this in one of our groups, which is write down on any given day what you do start to finish from right, boom, the second you get up. If you spend 4 minutes on social media right when you get up, write that down. From, say, you get up at 6, from 6 to 6:04, scroll social media. Maybe then you check email. I don't recommend it because now you're reacting to the day versus taking action on the day. But let's say you check your email from 6:04 to 6:11. You write that down. If you do this for one day, I guarantee, because I couldn't believe the amount of time that I was wasting, you will be so blown away. But also, hopefully, for me, it was that pain of, oh my goodness, I need to make a change. The biggest thing for me was if I was eating a meal by myself, I would put on a YouTube video. It was normally a YouTube video on business or personal growth or development. but I would sometimes eat for 45 minutes when the meal would maybe take 15 and then you shut it down. Now I find it so interesting to just, if I'm eating by myself, to just eat in silence or put on some light music in the background and get the wheels turning and actually thinking while I'm eating and enjoying the food versus being distracted, not thinking about how lucky I am to have this healthy food in front of me and being distracted by YouTube or social media and letting that increase by threefold what I should be taking that same amount of time to be doing. Do you have real time? I ask you, we end every episode with the challenge. I challenge you to take inventory of what you're consuming. And I'm sure you've seen the research. There's so much more research coming out about the amount of time spent on social media, on in front of a TV, in front of a screen. And we all know this. I don't have to tell you all this. You are the 1% of the 1%. Life does not happen on a screen. Yes, you may get a great takeaway from this episode. I hope you do. You may get a great takeaway from another podcast, another audiobook. I love audio university. When you're in the car or car university, you're driving, you're consuming knowledge, you're getting it in there, or you're calling a friend or a loved one. But we don't always need to be consuming in front of a screen. Life happens out in nature and actually meeting people face to face and talking to your family face to face and doing activities that are out there in the world and going for hikes and going for runs and going to concerts and different events that are incredible instead of always in front of the screen. Take the inventory. And here's a little idea. I think I might have mentioned this a few episodes ago, but you can limit the amount of time that you spend on different apps. And I've done this across the board on social media. Facebook, I have 5 minutes a day, and then a thing pops up and I shut it down. Instagram, I have 10 minutes a day. It may look like I'm on there a lot, but when I'm on there, it's for a purpose. I'm going to share a story. I want to share something that will help someone out, that will encourage somebody, that'll give a piece of content that may inspire somebody to take action. And then I shut it down. I may respond to five, six, seven people if I can real quick, but I have 10 minutes. I better be efficient in that 10 minutes on Instagram. I better be efficient. I don't often even go on Facebook more than I haven't seen that pop up in a while for the 5 minute warning and shut it down. But you can set those up on the different apps and then it'll be incredible. I almost guarantee you this. If you set up a time and let's just pick on Instagram for 15 minutes on Instagram, set a timer on the settings. I can't remember exactly where it is. You can find it. You won't believe how quick 15 minutes goes by. I remember a couple years ago when I did this and I was on there. I'm like, it's like 9 a.m. and I'm already at 15 minutes. And I was like, what? I shut it down. And then you just adapt. And now there's so much more time to do things that I actually want to do, creating versus consuming. There's your challenge. Set a timer on some of the apps and just take inventory for one day. See what you do over the course of the day. And if I would almost guarantee anybody on the planet can save 1, 2, 3 hours per day. And I mean it, being more efficient in cutting out the crap that we normally consume. Give it a shot. I hope it helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're going to be same time, same channel next week. Much love.